Capricorn, welcome to your December 2023 tarot reading. We're finally at the last month of the year. We're ending 2023, the wormhole year. I think that's what I'm going to call this, the wormhole year. Everything felt a little strange. And like things happened that I never in my wildest dreams thought would happen. Things happened. People people happened. There was like people turned out to be like a very interesting, very like people just keep getting revealed, right? Like the ugliest shades of truth and who they are coming out, and it's just wild. I think it's a strange and wild time, and it's a brave time. It's really brave for all of us to be alive right now. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It's super brave that we all chose to be alive during this time. So, welcome to Earth. Welcome to humanity. Pretty cool. I guess. I don't know. So, the rest of this year, you guys, like, honestly, happy birthday to my December Capricorn babies. I love you all for all the Christmas babies and the Hanukkah babies and like everybody who has to share with the holiday season. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my January Capricorns too, but you guys are going to get a special reading next month. Don't you worry. You all are going to get a special reading next month. But yeah, so the rest of this year, Mercury will retrograde, and Mercury will begin retrograde in Capricorn and regress back to Sagittarius. And so Mercury will be retrograde basically for the last 3 weeks of the year. And I think that that is a great big fat sign for all of us just to chill out and to not try to do the most, and to remind yourself what the season is actually about, and that it's not about trying to make sure that everybody has the most packages and you spend the most money. This year, maybe use 10% of what you would normally spend on other people and donate it to a charity or a cause or a foundation. I'm not kidding you, you guys. I work with charities, or I've talked to several charities, and the emergency relief funds for charities this year went somewhere else. The government sent it somewhere else. And I'm not going to talk about it because I'm a little ticked about the whole situation. But really, charities need your help in a big way. Foundations need your help in a big way. Our foundation, the Love Wild Paradise Foundation, needs help in a big way. This foundation helps me, and it helps other sick and vulnerable people to be able to pay their bills when they're not able to work or they're in stressful situations. Nobody should have to be homeless or hungry or worrying about if their lights are going to be turned off during the winter or during the holidays, but especially sick people. That should be the last thing that they're worrying about. So if you could possibly find that in yourself, that would be lovely. The Wild Love Paradise Foundation information is in the description box. All the hoodie sales also on that site. So if you want to get a hoodie and keep yourself warm and also help somebody else as well, that's also possible. And my website is open. My calendar is open until December 20th. All of my offerings on my website are 40% off for the rest of this year. Get in where you can. Everything is 40% off on my website, even the 6-month reading. So take advantage of it. Let's get you guys a surrender card. Capricorn. And because Mercury will be retrograde mostly in your 12th house, this is super going to be a time of going inward and looking at what you want next year to be like. What is it that you want it to look like for yourself? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Surrender card for Capricorn. Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. I love this for you guys. Surrender to passion. Surrender to passion. I think that there hasn't been enough of that. I feel like I haven't had enough of that for myself. But it's really time to get into that fiery place in your belly, Capricorn. It's really time for you to get out of your head, and because, a lot of times when we're in our head and we're not seeing things clearly, we don't see the offerings coming. We don't see what it is that we're meant to be seeing, and sometimes it's because we're a little too guarded. I'm just saying. Some of you might be feeling a little paranoid right now. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I feel like you're a little bit guarded. And I think that you're just I think that part of you is just like, I just want my space. Like, that's sort of what this feels like. And I think the reason why you want your space is because you're really super in your head about a lot of stuff and you don't want to be anymore. So we have the Eight of Swords, the self-imposed imprisonment of the mind. So we're coming into December, all sorts of discombobulated. I just did your astrology for Patreon for rising and sun, and I'm not kidding you, Capricorn. That is literally how December starts. It starts all mental. So if you want to see what your astrology is going to look like for December, that's also where the 6-month readings are going to be made public on January 1st. But all the 6-month readings are going to be on Patreon in December. So if you want to become a Patreon member, that's where you're going to find all your 6-month readings. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like there's some overthinking that's happening, and with that overthinking, there's also this really super guarded feeling that's happening. And I think that's why, it's almost as if you're not really seeing the things outside of you that are blessing you, or you're not seeing and literally the universe is this. Within the Four of Cups, that cup that's coming out of the sky is the Ace of Pentacles. So there's something that you're not paying attention to, and it just might be the reason why you're not paying attention to it is because you're not really in the mindset. You're not in the right state of mind. Sometimes when our perspective is skewed, when we're being really hard on ourselves, when we're telling ourselves that negative narrative over and over and over again in our minds and being really, really hard on ourselves, our perspective is skewed and we don't see all of the great and amazing things that are coming towards us. And for you, it's the Ace of Pentacles. And this Ace of Pentacles is a gift, and it's part of your journey. It's something that's part of your journey that's meant to bring you abundance. And I almost want to say that, dude, you're like blocking it. Stop blocking your blessings. Like, what is it that you're doing? Why are you what is it? What is it? Why? I know I got all tongue-tied, but I don't get it also, because I have the Star. The Star is the wish card. The Star is also an Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius energy that you're also trying to block out, or you're like not wanting to pay attention to. But I feel like that when Pluto moves into Aquarius and out of Capricorn, there is something's changing. Something pretty big is changing for you guys. And there's not going to be this heaviness on you. Pluto will go backwards again, back into Capricorn just for one more time for a little while. And it's just these endings, right? Like, I feel like it's time for you to clear some things out and have some complete endings because there's some new stuff that's coming in. And I don't want you to hold on to resentful past things, right? I don't want you to hold on to resentful past things. And I understand the fear. Like, I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Like, am I making stupid decisions? Am I making stupid mistakes? All those kinds of things. I just don't believe that you are. So, 8 of Swords. Let's clarify. Woo. Okay. Anything else? Those cards just like literally wanted to fall out. Bottom of the deck is the World. So definitely want to end that cycle for December in a big, big way. Okay. Definitely want to end the cycle. Nice. All right. The Knight of Swords on the 8 of Swords. I'm curious if it's an air sign, maybe it's an Aquarius that's yelling at you or somebody, right? I feel like there are things that people said to you, Capricorn, and it has stuck in your mind. There's something about feeling like you've heard, like you have this narrative running through your mind, and that's what makes you stress out. And the narrative that's running through your mind, it's just a war with yourself. Basically, you're fighting yourself. You're arguing with yourself. That's what you're doing as you're stepping into December. You're arguing with yourself. Arguing with yourself is going to block you from everything. You know, the fighting with yourself is always going to block you from everything. 3 of Wands on the 4 of Cups, and arguing with yourself is especially going to block you from seeing, like that 3 of Wands, you're ready to see that Ace of Pentacles, but you're not looking up. Like, where are you focused? Where are you looking? That 3 of Wands, you're ready for the next part of your journey. You're ready for this next part. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready. But with the 4 of Cups here, it's like the universe is giving you the key, the code, right? Like, this is the keypad code to be able to get into that next level. And you're just standing there. Not really like the 3, you know, you're just those 3 cups in front of this dude. He's not even paying attention, right? So you got to look up. You got to look up and believe that it's possible, that it's going to be there. And I think that's what this is. Ace of Cups on the 7 of Wands. It's fine to have boundaries for yourself, but don't have so many boundaries for yourself that you're keeping the love out too. Don't be so harsh on yourself, Capricorn. I know. I understand. I'm a Virgo. I understand. My Saturn is in the 12th house. I get it, Capricorn. I understand being hard on yourself. I understand. Okay. But you don't have to be. Having boundaries for yourself doesn't keep people out. It just shows people the door. Here you go. You're welcome to walk that direction. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. These are the terms where you can stay, right? But that doesn't mean keeping. Sometimes I want, even for myself, because I've gotten to the point to where I don't have boundaries like that anymore. I don't have the armor on me anymore, and I get scared that I don't have that armor on me anymore. I get scared sometimes. And then I realize that love is stronger than the armor. Love for myself, Ace of Cups. Love for myself is stronger than the armor. Seven of Pentacles on the Ace of Pentacles. So you want to be able to move on to the next part of your journey. and you're ready to do that. And the keys to doing that are not being hard on yourself. Stop talking, stop with the negative narrative, dropping the armor so that you can see things more clear, so that you know what you're looking at. Drop the armor, love yourself. Love is stronger than armor. Love is the strongest protection. And get to work. Start planting those seeds. What is it that you want to see? You know, like, it's great and wonderful to enjoy your life, and you know, it's great and wonderful to do all of that, and you have to be able to be willing to do that too. But if you're not willing to take that leap of faith into the next level and to start planting those seeds, then how do you expect to be able to get there? I feel like you're coming into December with like a what's next sort of attitude, and not and super unsure about that. And through all of that, you start to recognize why. And you start to recognize the reason why you kind of have a crappy attitude about what's next is because you have so much armor built up. And you are, you know, and it's really, that's one of the that's one of the cycles that you're ending. One of the cycles that you're ending is in not believing that it's possible to do it, right? So we have the World and the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And with the World and the Ace of Swords, and we have the Fool down here, right? The Fool with the star. That's why I wanted to show all of that to you. There, you have to have a lot of faith in yourself to jump into this next part of your journey. It's almost like the universe is telling you to stop playing small. Stop playing small. You have 3 aces in this reading. So it's time to start playing a little bit bigger with what you know is your journey and what you're supposed to be doing, because you know what it is. I can't tell you what that is, but you know what it is. I think you already have an idea, Capricorn. I'm pretty sure. You just got to be willing to do it. I love you guys. I'm really excited for your reading for January. I'm super looking forward to doing it. Happy birthday again to the December Capricorns, and take really good care of yourselves and take care of everybody else. I love you guys. Bye.